And we are live.
We're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the third episode of Strictly Casual. We're coming to you guys on Valentine's Day.
Wow. Look at us.
What a great show we have going on for us today.
We got a lot.
So glad to have you.
Yeah.
Vincent, how are you, man? What have you been playing? What have you been up to?
Dude, I've been pretty great.
Yeah?
So this week I played a little more Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
A little more.
Tell me about Horizon.
This is just the endless Horizon saga as we go at the beginning of our episodes here.
I don't think it aged well.
No, it's not that it didn't age well. I just think the gameplay's fun, but the story's just really not hooking me. And that's just it.
Yep.
So I've been dipping my toes into Season 2 of Modern Warfare a little bit.
A lot of fun.
Rust is great. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
And then I've been playing a little of Apex Season 2, or Season 4, excuse me.
That's right.
Just a tiny bit, just a tad.
Mm-hmm. We played a little bit of it this week.
It was a fun time.
We got a dub.
We did get a dub. I mean, it wasn't really like a great dub, but it was a dub.
It was still a dub. I'll take it.
Sure. Absolutely. How about you? What have you been playing?
I've been having a busy week. But that being said, I got an hour, probably about cumulatively about 2 hours of Red Dead in this week.
Yeah.
And that's the game.
Right.
I never expected that it would hook me like this because I was like, oh, I've never been like a big cowboy guy. I've never really been into cowboys or anything like that. But for some reason, like the characters in this game, I just met Mary, the love interest. And so like their dialogue was so good. And I just felt so connected to these characters. It makes you care about Arthur Morgan.
Right.
Particularly. And it made me like, I got the end spoiled for me, so I know what happens. But so that's like, I think it even makes me a little more connected to Arthur because I'm like, oh man, like, because I know it's coming. Yeah. I'm like, oh man.
Dang, low-key spoilers, but we'll zip that one right up. But yeah.
I mean, like, it's been out for about a year now. Yeah. So, I mean, for anyone who really wanted to play it.
They did. Yeah.
So,
that's
plus
true.
I never said anything explicit.
That's true, I guess. But yeah, Red Dead, what an experience. What a game. I love it.
What a game.
Such a fan.
It just does such a good job of pulling you into the world.
Everything.
I could talk for hours about Red Dead 2.
And we could do a whole Red Dead podcast sometime.
We could
a spoiler cast.
I would love that.
Okay, all right. That sounds great.
That would be amazing.
Okay, all right.
Stay tuned.
I'll write that up. All right, so
what do we got going on the docket today?
Let's get into it. All right, this has been a pretty busy week for games, I'd say. It's just, there's a lot of events coming up. There's a lot of news happening. So, all right, first off, BioWare is officially redesigning Anthem.
This is a big move.
Anthem. The $60 down the toilet Anthem. Okay? Oh, this is... I don't know.
Do you know what's funny?
I don't know how to take this.
Do you know what's funny? Once I read this, I looked on the PlayStation Store to see how much Anthem was going for, because if it was probably less than about $15, because sometimes it goes...
15, yeah.
15, sorry.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes on sale for like really cheap.
Yeah.
Because EA knows that it sucks.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have bought it if it was like $15.
Yeah.
Because if they're redesigning it, because I would have bought No Man's Sky on sale. Sure. And then I want to play the redesign really bad just to play it.
I'll just never forget a couple months after Anthem came out, and I went to EA, like their headquarters, and I walk in the lobby, and it's just Anthem banners, just banners of Anthem everywhere. And you look around and you just kind of like shake your head a little bit. It's like, oh man, they were really banking on it being like the biggest success.
But who knows? Maybe it will get the redesign that puts it back on the map.
And guess what? Sounds like they have a plan for that.
It does sound like they have a plan for that. So tell us about
it. This is coming from Polygon, from Austin Goslin. Great name. Okay. Okay, so players criticize the lack of content and poor loot progression system, and the lack of certain endgame content available for the launch of the game only made things worse. BioWare has announced that it's slowing down production on Anthem in order to redesign the game. So right now in the game, they have seasonal content. I think it's like every 3 months or whatever. It's like a new Cataclysm event. with supposed to have new armor, a new, I don't know what strongholds, they call them strongholds in the game.
Sure.
It's basically
like
a raid.
Dungeons. Oh no, the raids.
Yeah, but it's like a lot more low key.
Okay.
Like Destiny raid on mechanics is like up here. Anthem stronghold on mechanics is like down here.
I love that Destiny is your gold tier.
Okay, well I mean there's better, but like that's just a like a
you play a lot
example.
of Destiny.
Yeah. Okay. So they're pausing all the seasonal content and putting all of their efforts and people on Anthem 2.0.
I thought they were still doing seasonal content.
Well, we'll get to that. Okay. So
Okay.
the team is going to work to reinvent the core gameplay loop with clear goals, motivating challenges, and progression with meaningful rewards, according to the official blog post. Okay, so Anthem is staying online in its current state until Anthem 2.0 is ready for launch.
Mm-hmm.
But BioWare will continue to run in-game events, refresh the store, and occasionally will revisit past seasonal/Cataclysm content. So that's cool. Anthem's player base right now, I imagine, is
abysmal.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Just like a small percentage.
Tiny.
If that. It's run its course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have to admit, day one, I buy Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked. I'm excited. I'm like, oh man, something to pull me away from Destiny. We got a looter shooter going up. You can fly like Iron Man. What's not to love?
It looks cool.
It looks great.
Cool.
Looked.
Past tense.
God, was I deceived. I played through the story. Actually, that's a lie. I don't even think I got to the end of the story on Anthem. There was too many games that came like close to it that I was interested in. So there is like no end game in Anthem. Well, after you play the story,
they have Cataclysms. Isn't that a big end game thing?
Yeah, they didn't put it out till like 2 months later when I was long gone.
Okay.
And there's 3 strongholds, which I easily did before I beat the storyline.
Do you know if they added in more after
I think each season they did a new stronghold also. Okay. But then again, I was way long gone before that. So it's like, I don't know. Anthem 2.0. They say they're preserving the flying mechanics.
Uh-huh. Which were good.
Which were great.
Good mechanics.
And I have to say, customizing your javelin in that game with the colors
so much fun.
Was sweet. You got different textures, colors.
I would spend like
awesome
2 hours in there just customizing my javelin.
Uh-huh. And
I had fun.
Yeah, I liked they had 4 different types of javelins.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the conceptually awesome.
Conceptually awesome.
On paper, so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
In the actual game, just mediocre. And I feel for these guys.
This makes me want to buy it for like $20.
Yeah.
And then just go back in to see what they've done over time.
Hey, if you buy it, I'll jump back in there with you. Absolutely.
I'll wait for the next sale because, sure as hell it's not on that Critics Game sale.
The Critics Game sale is not having anything on there. It was not invited to the Critics' Choice Party. Yeah. God. Anthem 2.0. I feel like it's been a year and a half-ish since that game's come out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
came out in like, February, March, April, somewhere in there, that quarter one spring.
Maybe,
last year.
No.
There was a beta.
Oh, yeah. The beta was cool. That's why I bought it.
That's right.
But...
Yeah. I had a feeling, Vince, I told you from the beginning of the beta, I have a feeling this isn't going to be good.
Yeah. Look at us now.
Look at us now.
They're wanting to revamp the whole ass game.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
Good for them.
I really hope they pull it off. We've heard rumors of them doing like a big Anthem revitalizing effort. And it's only come in the form of like different seasons, which hasn't done anything. Basically, it's just a little more content.
Right.
This one, they're promising like to overhaul a lot of stuff.
Do you think they're going to overhaul the classes or core mechanics like that?
They said that the flying staying the same, the shooting staying the same.
Flying and shooting. That
which
gives
felt good.
Room for almost everything else. Just about everything else.
Which
so that means
awesome.
We could have new classes.
Yep.
That means we could have more diverse enemy types.
Mm-hmm.
That means different abilities.
Yeah. Sure.
It's literally everything that's not flying and shooting.
And so I don't know how long it's going to... They haven't put a date on Anthem 2.0 or anything. I'm assuming it's pretty far out. Yeah. If they say they're stopping seasonal content, you can assume it's like probably going to be at least a couple seasons worth of time. At the very least, like 6 months. At the very least.
You think 6 months?
I think it'll be more like a year.
Do you think they'll have.
Oh shoot!
Yep, you know what I'm about to say.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Because that would place it right in the release window for the PS5. So do you think they'll do like a maybe, just maybe, a next gen Anthem revisited upgrade bundle sort of thing where you get like
frick, I hope they don't bundle it. I hope it's like
they don't EA it with a bunch of
they're like, oh, pay another $60. Here you go, you're gonna get Anthem again. And it's gonna disappoint you again. You know, I hope it's not gonna be like that.
I also hope it's good. This is a game that I legitimately hope is good.
I want the best for it. I want to love it. But in a perfect world, we get a free upgrade around the PS5 time to hype people up. Hopefully they sell more copies to people that don't already have the game, and it's just a huge upgrade. You could play it on the PS4, PS5, and it's not a launch game, but it's out at launch.
Okay, so what I was just going to ask you is, do you think they'll almost purpose it to be a launch title as Anthem 2.0?
I don't know. It's marketing, you know?
I could see that happening. I really can.
I don't think PlayStation or Sony or Microsoft is going to like be like, oh, play one of our launch titles, Anthem 2.0. I don't feel like that's going to be. Sure. But I think EA is going to spin it like that.
That makes so much sense.
Which is sweet.
I agree.
Good for them.
Good for them. Also, good for them for sticking by a franchise and not just kicking it under the carpet, the rug.
I think they
ice
believe
cubes
in Anthem.
under the refrigerator.
Yeah, I mean, they believe in Anthem.
Yeah.
I wish I believed in Anthem.
I want to believe in Anthem.
I can get there. So
I think they can do it.
I don't know.
I think they can do it. I think they can. I want to be optimistic.
Okay, this brings us to my favorite news. Well,
this is your game. You got the shirt on today.
I got the shirt on. I cry just thinking about this dang game. I haven't played it. All right. Okay. Last of Us 2 updates, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2. Okay. We already got a delay earlier this year.
I'm gonna turn my mic.
God bless it. God bless the delay.
God bless it.
Take all the time you need.
You know what's funny?
I'll wait.
It's like, I feel like back in the day, delays used to be a red flag.
And I think they still kind of are.
They still kind of are, but when it comes from these big credible studios, you're like, okay. They had good reason to push it back. Take your time. Sure. This is a franchise and a game that we care about. So
more than any other franchise, to be completely honest.
I mean, I got the Last of Us poster right on my wall.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Take your damn time, Naughty Dog. You got this.
They got it.
This might be the scariest follow-up I've ever seen. As in, like, I think it has a lot of room to fail, but it has a lot of room to be the best.
You think it has a lot of room to fail?
Yeah.
I think just the expectation.
Exactly.
I mean, after Last of Us.
My expectations are way too high. I don't think anything can meet it after the first game.
But also, remember that E3 gameplay demo that we got, what was it, last year, 2 years ago?
Incredible.
Just the amount of detail.
The shrubbery alone.
I have to go back and rewatch that. After this, that's what I'm going to do, man.
Okay.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch that.
I got that 4K monitor. Just pop that gameplay up on 4K.
Put that boy right up on there.
Yeah. You got this.
It's going to be great.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so this is from the official PlayStation blog. Basically, it's just like an update blog. It's nothing huge, let's say, but there's some exciting tidbits of news. So Last of Us 2 has entered the final stretch of production, and they're putting the final touches on it, which is exciting.
It is exciting.
That's great. They're putting the final touches on it now, and it comes out at the end of May. Yeah, May 29th, I believe.
Yeah?
May 29th, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's great. It's February. They got a couple months to just polish if the game's done, right? Okay, and this blog is kicking off regular communications about Last of Us Part 2.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming that just means more blog posts or trailers.
Okay, sure.
I think we're going to get one more final, like, Last of Us 2 official trailer.
Sure.
But I think we'll get...
And then a launch trailer.
I think that and the launch trailer will be, like, the same thing.
Sure.
But I think up until then, we're definitely... Okay, well, actually, let's do this. Then we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So, during the end of February, we're getting a Last of Us 2 hands-on demo. This is at PAX East. Yeah, 2020. So, apparently, according to the blog, you can go and sign up and wait all day to play an hour of Last of Us.
Would you wait all day to play an hour of Last of Us 2?
Here's the thing. I would, but part of me is like, no, I just want to experience it all at once. Don't drop me into a part of the game. Like, I already know it's going to be good. You don't have to convince me.
Right.
But if I was at PAX, of course.
Right.
Why not?
Right. If you're there.
If I'm there, I'm there.
Right.
But I'm not going to PAX. So here I am. I'll be watching the gameplay right afterwards, though.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if I want to. I just want to.
I will.
I just want it to be a surprise.
I don't have the self-control, James.
All right.
I really wish
That's
I
fair.
did.
That's fair.
So attendees will have an opportunity to play Patrol, featuring an early area of the game where Ellie and Dina must venture out of Jackson into the surrounding areas to clear infected. The demo will span an hour of gameplay and provide just a small glimpse into it. Oh my gosh, into a small glimpse into what awaits you in the final game.
Cool.
I'm just assuming that we're gonna get gameplay after this because I'm sure that Naughty Dog wants content creators to play it, record their gameplay, and put their thoughts out there because that's just a huge press. That's so much free press for them. It's a no-brainer that we're gonna get gameplay from this. I think from our favorite content creators.
Yeah.
And then after that, the Ellie edition of Last of Us Part 2 got restocked, but that was yesterday, and I just think they're sold out already, guys. I think it was around $200 for this edition. It came with a statue, backpack, all this stuff. Way over my limit. I'll be hitting a smaller edition, but yeah, that came and went pretty much.
One of, if not the most anticipated game of 2020. So
I would say Last of Us and Cyberpunk are just...
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk and Last of Us are neck and neck for top.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think this is the most anticipated by anyone's account, but Doom Eternal got a huge audience for the Doom games.
I think it's going to review well.
I think it's going to review. I think it's going to be a solid 8.
Guess we'll see.
That's what Doom, the first one, was, right?
I don't remember.
I think it was an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And then at the end of the blog, they give you some new wallpapers you can go and download. I'll link it below. And a free PlayStation theme, which a code, and I'll paste that below as well. Because you won't want to miss out on that. That'll go away in the next month. So
yeah, put that in the description.
Yeah. All right.
You want to take this next one, Vin?
Sure. Okay. So this is interesting. I don't know. I saw this news and I was like a little shocked.
Yeah.
So Jeff Knightley announces his E3 Ablins. Jeff Keighley. Thank you. Gosh, the spelling. Okay. So Jeff Keighley announces his E3 Ablins. This comes from his Twitter post, which I'll read. This is straight from his official Twitter account. For the past 25 years, I have attended every electronic entertainment expo. Covering, hosting, and sharing E3 has always been a highlight of my year, not to mention a defining part of my career. I've debated what to say about E3 2020. While I want to support the developers who will showcase their work, I also need to be open and honest with you, the fans, about precisely what to expect from me. I have made the difficult decision to decline to produce E3 Coliseum. For the first time in 25 years, I will not be participating in E3. I look forward to supporting the industry in other ways and at other events in the future. So, okay, for those of you who don't know, Jeff Keighley is the host and creator of the Game Awards. That's his major undertaking right now. Right. But he started off doing, what's the TV? G4? G4. Yeah. He was one of the original people on that before it was, I don't know.
I didn't know that. I used to watch G4 all the time as a kid.
You probably watched him a lot.
Yeah, I probably did. I just didn't remember him.
So Jeff Keighley is a pretty big name in the game industry.
He is. Very prominent.
And so this is like kind of surprising. 25 years of covering an event, being there, being like the one to watch. And he will not be at the event this year.
It's dying.
E3's dying and it's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. Remember back in the day, it was always around June 15th. That was about the time like school was getting out. So like either right after school ended or like you'd get home from school and you'd be like, oh, first day of E3 was today.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
And not only that, I would literally get together with friends and watch the PlayStation press conference, all 3 hours of it or however long it was.
Yeah.
We would make like a party out of it.
Yeah. I tried to do that, but none of my friends were into video games.
That's tough. I'm so sorry, James.
It is what it is.
That's
you know.
Okay. If I was there, we would change that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know.
But E3 itself, there's so many people pulling out.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the big one is obviously Sony hasn't been there last year. They're not going to be there this year. That was a huge blow for E3 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that E3 leaked all of its private information for its presenters and everything. Phone numbers, addresses, all that kind of stuff. That was... What are you doing?
Awful.
What are you doing? I don't know how that happened.
Shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Big uproar that was. And
for
so...
good reason.
And last year, apparently, this is like reports of people that were there. It just didn't... It felt dead. Like, I was reading that a lot and hearing people talk about it, that when they were just walking the show floors, it wasn't the excitement that it was in previous years.
Dang.
So, let's make it worse and take out one of the greatest personalities that goes to E3. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, E3, everybody's moving to their own sources of announcing things and releasing things.
Yeah, like, what was it,
PlayStation State of Play.
State of Play, yeah.
Nintendo has their directs.
Yep.
I'm sure Xbox is going to have something now
Yeah.
because I bet we get something like that in the next year.
I would hope so.
I assume, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about E3. I want it to be great, but it's become into a consumer thing when it used to be a
Press
developer
only.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think it was better when it was.
Right. Even though I always dreamt of like, oh, one day I'm going to go to E3.
Yeah,
it's going to be so cool.
That was the thing. I was like, I'm going to go to E3 one of these days. Yeah. I'm going to get in. I'm going to see all the cool stuff. I'm going to be at that PlayStation press conference.
Yeah.
The E3 of Dreams.
Mm-hmm. Man.
You remember when they announced God of War?
That was the hypest moment of all time.
That was the E3 of Dreams for my entire life.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So E3, is it dead? Who knows?
I think it's gonna be in a few years.
Hey, and
realistically,
I think that E3 is gonna realize. Well, I don't know. I say E3. I don't know who the person is behind it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be forced to rethink some things for next year.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be smart. It'll be smart for them to rethink what they're doing. But I don't think they're dead. I just think they need to redo what they're doing.
Sure. Restructure.
Yeah.
That's fair. What do you think this means for journalists?
They're still going to get their news.
Yeah.
I don't know. Journalists, I mean, there's still going to be a lot of journalists going to E3.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to be covered there for sure. Xbox is going to use this
to really try and capitalize.
Yeah, to really capitalize on whatever their thing. So, I mean, I think we have the biggest Microsoft E3 we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Where else are they going to announce the specs or the finalized specs of the Xbox One X or Xbox Series X? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then their price point. Xbox and like Microsoft have no other venue to do that. So like this is it.
When did they release their Xbox Series X announcement?
They showed the box itself at the Game Awards.
That's right, at the Game Awards.
Which was... I didn't see that coming at all.
I didn't see that coming either.
I was watching that. I was like, what is this? What is this? Oh my God, they really did it. I mean, I could see like... God,
I thought they would have waited for E3.
Yeah, but good for them.
Good for them.
I was hyping I'm not even going to buy an Xbox. So it's just sick.
Yeah.
So it's great.
All right, so this article comes from Michael McWhirter at Polygon, who, shout out to Michael McWhirter.
Yeah.
He gives us like half our articles.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
He's really doing great work out here.
He's writing it.
So this article is Mass Effect lead writer joins ex-BioWare vets at new Wizards of the Coast studio. And so this has been, I've been really excited about this. Not like
I'm glad
super
you have.
hyped, but this is news that's been kind of like creeping up and kind of not super talked about, but it's something that I think could just come out of the shadows all at once and be something really spectacular. But this guy, his name is Drew. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this last name. Karpyshyn. Thank you. Karpyshyn.
Must be.
Capiche.
Capiche. Caposh.
He was the lead writer on Mass Effect 2, as well as senior writer on Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
One of your faves.
The classic.
One of your faves.
Oh my gosh, I just have so much to talk about. But okay, so in case you don't know, Wizards of the Coast is the same company that does Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's important to keep in mind.
Major fantasy games.
But if I pull up the Polygon article, this is the quote that Drew Karpyshyn gives Polygon. When I started at BioWare, quote, when I started at BioWare, everything was fresh and exciting. It was a dream job, talented people working together to create epic games like Baldur's Gate, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect, and Dragon Age. But as we grew and became more successful, things changed. We became more corporate, we were less able to make what we loved, and the teams were pushed to create games based on market research rather than our creative instincts and passions. My dream job became just a job, and I lost enthusiasm and excitement that I once had. But with Archetype, this new studio, my passion has been rekindled. The feel in the studio reminds me of my early days at BioWare. I can feel the magic in the air, and even though I can't get too deep into the specifics of what we're working on yet, we are already generating plenty of excitement in the industry. End quote. Oh my gosh.
Good.
Mass Effect 1 and 2. Sorry, I can't really talk about Mass Effect, but Mass Effect 2.
Right.
One of the best sci-fi RPGs I've ever played.
I gotta go back and play it again.
It's worth the revisit in my opinion.
Yeah.
But without getting too ahead of myself, I just want to stick to what Archetype's current project. So Archetype is a company that does have a lot of ex-BioWare devs. And I compared this when I was talking to you earlier about how everyone who made Modern Warfare from Infinity Ward left. Not everyone, but a good amount of people from Infinity Ward left and formed Respawn, which then went on to make Titanfall 1 and 2?
Right, yeah.
1 and 2, as well as Jedi Fallen Order.
And Apex Legends.
Sorry, can't forget Apex Legends. All of which were fairly successful games. And actually, Jedi Fallen Order was even more successful than it planned out to be.
Right. I mean, and Apex, I assume.
And Apex, yeah, that literally came out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
Right? Just popped up on the PlayStation Store, and now it's huge.
Yeah.
But so Archetype's debut project, this is ex-BioWare devs. Their debut project is described as a multi-platform role-playing game, quote, set in an all-new science fiction universe that will send players on a story-driven epic where choices they make will have real consequences on how their story unfolds. End quote.
Sweet.
This is sweet. And this is kind of like stereotypical RPG nowadays.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they have some like...
To have this talent...
It's the writing that is like really sticking out.
And this is the lead writer.
Yeah.
You know, this is big talent. And no, I'm just happy that this is Mass Effect 1 and 2 and not Andromeda.
We don't talk about Andromeda.
Because we do not talk about Andromeda for good reason.
Right.
But, oh my god.
Okay, a science fiction universe. Okay,
Sci-fi
check.
Universe. Yes.
Story driven.
Yes.
Check. But also multi-platform role-playing.
Multi-platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Choices will have real consequences on how their story unfolds. I mean, we can say that, but who knows?
But that's very Mass Effect.
I've been playing Horizon. I've been making choices, but what does it do? Nothing.
Sure. But this is very on brand for these devs. Like Mass Effect 1, the end of that game influenced how you play Mass Effect 2, and that was the game that gave the option of like, okay, do you just want to start, or do you want to bring your progress over from the first game, because that will influence how the second game,
which is awesome.
plays.
I love that.
Which is super cool. Just the continuity in the franchise, I really respect.
Yeah.
So yeah,
what they're doing.
I'm very excited about this.
Whatever it is,
we have no idea, but I'm absolutely jazzed.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It sounds good to me.
It
sounds cool.
Then this next one you're particularly excited about because
what do we got?
You are a big Division 2 guy.
Hell yeah, I am. Hell yeah, I am. All right. Ubisoft reveals a surprise Division 2 expansion, Warlords of New York, that is designed to revive the game. This is from Stefan Toledo at Kotaku. All right. Division 2. Mm-hmm. James, did you play it?
I played a lot of it.
Okay.
I didn't beat it.
Right.
But I did play a lot of it.
So I beat it, and I did everything like high level. Oh gosh, there's too many words. Are they strikes? Are they strongholds? Are they? Who cares? They're just the big missions.
It's confusing.
They're like, it's like the big missions you play with other people. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Mm-hmm. I did all the high level tiers of that. Did not do the raid.
Okay.
Because no one on console did the raid.
That is true.
The first like 2 weeks, only PC people could beat it. Yeah, nobody could beat it.
Yeah.
I mean, now I think people have figured it out and it's a little bit easier for them. But I didn't even touch it, to be honest. I was like, I had moved on doing different games. But while I was playing Division 2, absolutely loved it. I loved the first game, and I think they improved on a lot of things in the second game. The guns feel great.
They do feel great.
There's a lot of loot to go, and I like
the skill trees are really well planned out. The equipment works really well.
Yeah, and so after playing it, I probably played it a little while longer with other people just to go around. But I felt like I had done everything.
Right.
Except there's like exotic guns in there, just like in Destiny, that you're kind of like chasing. But that chase never really like enticed me. I feel like I could do it.
Chasing the dragon.
Yeah, I could just do it without.
Oh, you never felt like you were chasing the dragon.
I never felt like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is kind of a surprise expansion. They've had content rolled out, like they had a map, and I believe they still have a little bit more coming out pretty soon here. But this is big. This is a big expansion because we're going back to New York,
which is huge.
Division 2 took place in the summer of Washington, D.C.
Which never really grabbed me particularly.
Okay. Right. I mean, New York from the first one is like maybe more iconic, but Washington, D.C. was so cool to me because there's like, you fight in museums. Yeah.
The one mission where it takes you through.
It's so great.
The museum. That was really cool.
I mean, the final mission is like, where is it?
Smithsonian?
No, it's not the Smithsonian. That's a different one. Who knows? Anyways, I love going all through the historical places. Like the Air and Space Museum mission is so cool. Yeah. There's a whole Lincoln Memorial mission where like underneath there's like a bunker. That's pretty cool. It was dope. I'm all about it. So on March 3rd, this is when Ubisoft announced. Oh, sorry. March 3rd, Warlords of New York expansion brings you back to Manhattan, from Wall Street to Chinatown, as players hunt for Aaron Keener, the rogue agent antagonist from the original Division game. Cool.
That's cool.
I mean, we're not going to... It's kind of weird when they do this because I don't know if this comes after or before Division 1. I forget what happens at the end of Division 1 because the story is just... It's so-so. You more play it for, like, the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is after or before the events of the First Division.
I'd imagine it's after the events of the First Division.
But I feel like in the First Division you had to, like, kill this guy.
Oh, did you?
Or maybe take him in. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows? The expansion will be $30, and that's all like okay. But this is like what entices me about this. The expansion will kick off a major overhaul of Division 2 that will transform it into a seasonal game. Which I'm kind of done with games of service. I'll get to that later. Existing endgame content will be reconfigured and tweaked to tell 3-month narratives, complete with new tasks, game-changing global events, new audio logs, and hunts for new enemies. So, honestly, what they're doing, they understand their lack of endgame content, and they're going to try to keep people playing, which I like because Division 2, I like Division 2 a lot. Sure. I do not want to pay each season to play more stuff and feel like I'm committed.
Vinny, I am getting fatigued
by
all these season-based games.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't want to have to keep paying basically a subscription to keep playing these games, especially when I want to flip back and forth between them. I enjoy multiple games. I want to be able to enjoy all of them, but I'm forced to commit to one game because I don't want to pay $30 for 3 different game season passes.
Yeah.
Right? $10 per game season pass. And I just hate it.
Right. I don't blame you. There's like, for instance,
and I get burned out on one of them.
Yeah.
Because I just want to get all the stuff.
Destiny.
Like Destiny.
I love Destiny. I love it so much. It's near and dear to my heart.
I just can't play it as much as the devs want me to play it.
No. And then you feel like you're not progressing if you're not playing that much. And I feel like
I'm not getting my money's worth by the end of the season. And oh my gosh, it's...
Yeah. It's...
I think it's one of the worst trends in gaming. I think so.
I didn't mind it at the beginning, but now that everybody's doing it, I hate it.
Yep. Okay, it's the same thing for me.
Yeah. Like when Fortnite started doing it, I mean, I would say Fortnite's one of the ones that made it really popular, just based off its success.
I think it was one of the first ones that did it.
It's got to be. I bought the first couple seasons that I played it. I loved it.
But that made more sense because it was a free game.
That's true. I didn't pay $60 for that, and then I'm paying $10 every couple months.
Yeah, what pisses me off is that I'm paying $60 for Modern Warfare, and they want me to pay $10 a season.
Now, what I will give Modern Warfare is that these seasons, you're getting the new maps for free and the new guns for free as long as you level up.
That's true.
So I don't know if I necessarily Modern Warfare I'm mad at. Like probably least on the chain, but it's still like just update it. You know what I mean?
Just update it.
They said there's no DLC, paid DLC,
which is nice.
But this is basically just taking over that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which it has its audience to make money off of, and there are people who are very committed to playing that game like pretty much full time. And they really want that extra content.
Yep.
And then when you take into account that maps and the guns are free, then it starts to alleviate that feeling of you're really like inclined to pay for something. But also for the people who do want that extra content, it's there.
Yeah.
But I think, that being said, I think Modern Warfare is the best company or model for the season based model at this current time.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Destiny, I don't know.
They were close. I can't really give Destiny too much crap for it too, because it really is all cosmetic items.
It really is all cosmetic. So
like in theory, this is okay.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't like it. It doesn't mean I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's ethical. It's more ethical than selling $20 skins to kids.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Fortnite. Yeah.
But then Destiny also has microtransactions, so you can buy skins.
They do.
Which is also the same for Call of Duty. So.
But you can also buy those with Bright Dust.
You're right.
So there it is. Counterpoint.
Right. You're right.
The final point on this is that if you don't have the Division 2 already, you can pick it up for $3 anywhere you can buy the game. So if you have literally any interest in Division 2, it's $2.99 on PlayStation Store, $2.99 on Xbox Store, $2.99 on Steam, Epic Store, I believe it's being sold on. So I definitely worth the $3. Don't get me wrong. There's 100%. So much content in there.
So worth the $3.
It's especially fun if you have a friend to play with. Even it's still fun. Like
I think I play the majority of the game solo.
Yeah.
Or the majority of what I played solo, if not all of it, and I still had a great time.
It's a good solo experience. They balance it really well.
I think it's one of the best examples of the solo multiplayer MMO experience.
I agree.
I'll take this one.
Go for it.
So last week, we got an article about a PlayStation Remote Play survey, right? That comes from the same source, but this time, this is from a person... Oh my gosh, I don't even want to try and pronounce this name.
It just comes from Spiel Times.
It comes from Spiel Times. And the article is Sony submits patent for AI which suggests microtransactions to players when stuck. And I think this is a little bit of a clickbaity.
It's so clickbaity. You had to explain it to me.
Right, I did have to explain it to you. And because this sounds way worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
The person who wrote this article, Armageddon, that's how I'm going to pronounce her last name. They are very sold on this idea that it is for microtransactions, to be fair.
Okay.
But when I saw this article come up on Reddit, I went through the comments and someone said, like, this is a very clickbait title. Like, go in the comments for more of a description. And so to start off with the patent quote, straight from the patent itself.
Sure.
Excuse me. Quote, often there may be an in-game resource to the game environment that could aid the user in accomplishing the objective with the character. The in-game resource may be downloadable content, add-ons, upgrades, items, tips, strategy, communal data, etc. However, the user is not necessarily aware that such a resource exists. End quote. And so the person who wrote this article believes that this is specifically aimed at microtransactions, but there's one guy on Reddit who...
He sums it up pretty well,
He sums it up pretty well, and I think he draws the attention well away from the microtransaction.
Because if I read this on its own, the patent, I would be kind of mad, to be honest. I don't like this at all.
I was a little upset about it at first when I read it too.
You're going to sell game progression, basically.
Basically.
Okay.
But upon further examination, this isn't the case. From Redditor, from 1 to 1. From 1 to 1. That's what it is. No, it's from 1 to none.
Oh, from 1 to none.
From 1 to none.
Got it.
Let's see. He says, wow, over 100 comments in here, and it doesn't look like a single person read the patent. Just clickbait.
The clickbait. Uh-huh.
He goes on to say, quote, this patent covers every possible way to help a player when they are stuck in a game by telling them what other players did to progress. So, which item or weapon they used, strategy, character build, etc. Not just directing them to a microtransaction when someone else is stuck. The only time it would suggest a microtransaction is if the developers made it the best and most common way to progress. End quote. So what I explained this to you was, if I understand this correctly, it's if I'm stuck, say I'm playing, I'm going to say Dark Souls, because it's a hard game.
Yeah.
And there is a boss in Dark Souls that I just cannot beat. Say, for you, it's the Bloodborne Cleric Beast.
Don't even get me started on the freaking Cleric Beast, dude. Oh my god.
The game, or you can ask your PlayStation, be like, hey, tell me about...
PlayStation.
Hey, PlayStation, like, how could I beat this boss? Or something to that nature.
Yeah.
And it would come up with a list of...
It'll be a little dialogue box.
It'll be like a little dialogue box, and it would say, like, okay, players who beat the Cleric Beast used this weapon, had these stats, and had this amount of like blood vials or whatever it was in Bloodborne, and they used these items to inflict the most damage on this enemy, and it would give you that information. So the reason why it might lead to microtransactions is the only reason why it would come up with microtransactions if that was the most popular way the players were beating the Cleric Beast. So if there was an explanation that just said like, oh, this is like the Cleric Beast killer weapon, whatever, and a majority or a popular amount of the players said, okay, I'm going to buy this Cleric Beast killer weapon because I can't beat the Cleric Beast. That they would, if a majority of people bought that, then the PlayStation would prompt say like, oh, a lot of people used the Cleric Beast killer weapon. Would you like to buy the Cleric Beast killer weapon?
So this like explanation is much less predatory.
Yes.
It's still having the option to present more microtransactions, which I'm always against.
Which is also at the discretion of the developer.
Yes, which God bless it, because honestly, we know most of the devs won't even go for this. Let's face it.
Right. Yeah, which it's sad a little bit.
That they're not going to go for it?
Yeah, because they're not taking advantage of a mechanic.
Yeah, but it's just microtransactions.
You're right. It's just microtransactions.
They're already.
Well, it doesn't have to be microtransactions.
Right. I like the tips.
This is one avenue.
Yeah.
For taking advantage of this service.
I love, for instance, I know back to Destiny example because there's so many examples can be used from it. Yeah. There's the high level strike or whatever. Let's say you're with 3 other people, and you can't beat a certain boss, right? And then they're gonna give you, with these subclasses, if you use this subclass tree paired with these weapons, that's been known to have success on this boss. Right. That's awesome. Yeah. Because then you're talking to your team. You're being like, oh man, okay, I'm gonna equip this and this, but you don't have this, I don't have this, but we're gonna make it work. Like now our odds are way better. Right. That's exciting to me. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now I would hate it if it's like, you can buy this subclass or weapon type for $3 to beat this. hate that garbage. Get that out of here. Yeah. But I'm excited for the possibilities.
But I don't think that's the intent that Sony has with this patent.
Yeah. Me neither.
Cool. So that brings us to our segment of random fun stuff.
Random fun stuff.
Little bits of news.
Yeah.
That we don't necessarily...
They don't require full discussion.
They don't require full discussion.
It's just fun stuff that we want you to
They
know.
are worth mentioning because they happened this week.
Hell yeah, they did.
And damn it, they're worth your time.
I agree. All right, what do we got first?
First, we got a new Marvel Avengers gameplay trailer.
Okay. 30 seconds. Tell me how much you're excited for Avengers.
I'm skeptical, but if it's really good, I'm really looking forward to celebrate the game if it does well.
Yep.
But also point the finger and go, I told you so, if it's not good.
Retweet.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
All right, there it is. The gameplay trailer itself, I thought we saw most of it.
We saw most of it
already. It's a 60-second trailer. We've already seen 35, 40 seconds of it. There's like 20 seconds of new stuff. It looks cool.
It looks cool.
That's it.
Sure.
All right, Dreams.
It's reviewing really well.
Dreams
Which came out this week?
On Tuesday?
I want to say Tuesday.
Tuesday. The review embargo was... Oh, no, sorry. Dreams came out today, Friday.
Oh, you're right.
The review embargo
came out
was on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes. And it's reviewing very highly.
IGN gave it a 9.
Awesome.
Yeah. I kind of want to jump in.
Me too. It's so cool.
Just because it's a way in which it's a lot of community interaction.
Yep.
And a lot of creative player base that I get to experience people's creative visions for things, which is cool.
Just the short roundabout on Dreams is basically it's a game where you can create games.
Basically its own game engine.
Yeah, it is a
creative tool.
Media Molecule, the developers, created their own game engine that you have all the tools to do. And so you make things and post it, and other people can play those things.
And it gives you a tutorial to do so.
Right, in a story.
In a way that IGN said is actually very helpful and not... annoying or condescending at all.
Forced, yeah.
Yeah, and it allows you to make things your own, which is really cool to see.
The possibilities are, like, insane that I've seen. So, I'm excited to see what people make.
I might have to pick it up.
We'll see.
We already talked about this a little bit already, but Modern Warfare Season 2 launches.
Yeah.
Get freaking Rust, baby.
Rust is back.
We played that last night.
Yeah, we did.
Had a great time.
I had an amazing time playing Rust.
So fun.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing.
Battle Royale. Battle Royale is getting teased.
The opening cinematic, it shows Ghost saying like, oh, there's people turning on their own troops out here. What's going on? And then the camera pans out and there's people jumping out of an airplane.
You have green gas in the background, like in a circle. It's very obvious that it's coming.
Very obvious.
Hey.
Maybe next season. I think it's going to be the next season.
There's no way. I think they're going to do a random drop here.
Okay.
Why would they put it in this season's trailer? Makes sense. They're hyping it up.
Sure.
It'll be here soon.
Sure.
Sooner than we think.
I agree.
Like weeks away, I think.
You've swayed my opinion, Vince.
I think in the next couple weeks we'll have a little Battle Royale news for you guys.
Next couple weeks, okay.
Half-Life Alyx.
Which is a big VR title that's very anticipated.
It's a big title. Half-Life is huge.
Right. Big title in general that happens to be VR.
Which I'm disappointed about, but that's fine.
But it's Valve's whole, like, this is their shtick.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm excited for the future of VR. Right now, I don't think, as much as I would love to buy a Quest, it's just not...
Yeah.
It feels like it's going to be the next Apple, where it's going to be like every year there's going to be something.
It's like a drone. You'll never buy a drone because the camera gets better every time with everything. It's like VR is such at an early birth right now. Too many upgrades. But Half-Life Alyx gets a release date March 23rd.
March 23rd.
Which is way sooner than I thought it was going to come out. Me too. Good for them. Can't wait to see it.
Yep. Can't wait to watch other people play it because I'm not going to shell out $1,000 for a Valve Index.
Yep. That's about right.
Next thing, Outriders announcement and trailer. So this is made by the people who did Bulletstorm. Did you play Bulletstorm?
No.
It's a fun game. Looks cool. Elemental type of gameplay, and it's a third-person shooter.
Cool.
Might be fun, might not be, but looks cool.
Yeah, Outriders. Also, they had press go and play it recently, and I saw a little bit of gameplay of Outriders because there's some that's out.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not blown away by it or anything.
I'm not blown away by it either, but it could be a good time.
Could be a great time. Multiplayer shooters are so fun to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, cool.
Neo 2 went gold. Never played the first one.
Me neither.
I heard it was good. This might be good too.
Got a big following. Sweet.
And then next, and the final.
Yes, sir. This is it.
EA hands Need for Speed franchise back to Criterion.
Cool.
Back to the rightful owners.
Criterion did Rivals.
Oh,
which is my
you
favorite.
Love Rivals.
My favorite Need for Speed game ever.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
I haven't played Need for Speed Heat yet. I'm a big Need for Speed guy. I really love it. So I assume when it goes on sale eventually, I will definitely be picking it up because, oh man.
I like the car customization.
Oh, it's so cool.
I'm a big sucker for customization in games.
Yeah, good.
So that's great. Well, it seems that would be all we have for you today.
Yes, sir. You guys have a phenomenal Valentine's Day weekend. And we will see you right here.
Next week, baby.
Next week. Next Friday.
There it is.